Hello friends, you are again welcome back to Bay, Being an Engineer YouTube channel. This is second tutorial of GD&T. Our content for the today's video is fundamental rules of dimensioning, types of dimensions, methods of dimensioning, tolerancing and types of tolerancing, and limits of size. Let's start with fundamental rules of dimensioning. Whenever you are giving dimensions for any part, you have to follow two rules. First one is every feature should be sized, and second one is every feature should be located. We will see this with an example. Consider this part. We have to make drawing for this part. This is front view, top view and side view. Here we have first rule that every feature should be sized, means each and every feature should have a size or a dimension. Firstly, we will give total size of plate, which is 120 mm by 70 mm. Now, one more dimension is here, which is 30 mm. Here, anyone can clearly understand the size of plate. Now, there are other features also. There are two features. First one is circular pocket and other one is square. Circular pocket having a 10 mm diameter, and here size of square pocket is 10 mm by 10 mm. Now we have fully satisfied first rule, that is every feature should be sized. You can see there is not any feature in the drawing which is not sized. Now the second rule is every feature should be located. If this drawing goes like this only in production person's hand, he should understand that where to give the hole and square, whether it's here or here. So we have to define the location of every feature. So here this hole is at 30 mm vertically and 40 mm horizontally, and this square is at 90 mm horizontally and 20 mm vertically. Now we have defined the locations also for each feature, means we have followed both rules. We have sized every feature and we have located every feature. Anyone can easily understand this drawing and make the part. Our next point is types of dimensions. Consider a rectangular plate with two holes on it. Here this dimension is 10 mm, 10 mm and 10 mm, and its overall dimension is 30 mm. This is datum A and it's a feature control frame with 0.2 tolerance. If we add all these dimensions, it will be a 30 mm only. Then what is the meaning of this dimension? It's actually not needed. So the dimension which we don't need or should not be used by production person, or at the time of inspection of part, we put that dimension in parenthesis like this, and we call this dimension as a reference dimension. So here it will be a reference dimension. Again here we have a feature control frame which shows datum A, B and C. So the dimensions from any of these datums for this feature will be put inside a rectangular frame. We call this dimension as a basic dimension. Basic dimensions are theoretically exact value which having tolerance inside a feature control frame. So here tolerance for this 10 mm is here inside feature control frame. We will repeat again. We show reference dimension by parenthesis and basic dimension by a rectangular bracket. Now we will see our next point, which is methods of dimensioning. Let's have an assembly like this. We will separate both parts. We are going to make a drawing for part 2. These will be the views. In methods of dimensioning, first one is baseline dimensioning. In case of baseline dimensioning, all the dimensions are given from the single baseline. Here we can give dimensions from here, which is 40 mm, 70 mm, 100 mm, and last one is 140 mm. Here second one is chain dimensioning. In chain dimensioning, we use dimension like chain 40 mm, 30 mm, 30 mm and 40 mm. So you people can easily differentiate in between both of them. Here we have given all the dimensions from single baseline, and here we have given all the dimensions in the form of chain. What happens in assembly? We have seen both of these holes are needed for our assembly, and in baseline dimensioning we haven't given any dimension over here in between both of these holes, so they may create problem while assembling the parts. In case of chain dimensioning, if single dimension is wrong, it may affect all successive dimensions. Like here we can see, if instead of 40 mm I put here 30 mm by mistake, then it can affect all successive dimensions by 10 mm, and these dimensions will be 10 mm this side. So what is the solution for both of these? Solution is third dimensioning type, which is combined dimensioning. So we give dimension combining both baseline and chain dimensioning as per requirement of fitments, assembly, function and manufacturing. You have to give all dimensions considering these parameters. Again, while dimensioning any part, we have to consider fitments, assembly, function and manufacturing. So guys, until now we have studied fundamental rules of dimensioning, types of dimensions and methods of dimensioning. Now we will move to our second part of this video, which is tolerancing. Before starting with this topic, we will see some terminologies. First one is basic size or nominal size. It is the theoretical exact size given in the design on which tolerances are given. Second one is actual size. It is the actual size of manufactured part. Here don't get confused in between nominal size and actual size. Nominal size is the size which is given in the drawing or design, and actual size is the size of part after it's manufactured. Consider here you have to make a shaft having a diameter 20 mm plus or minus 1 mm. Then here this 20 mm dimension is the nominal size, while there may be a chances that this part can be produced at 19.9 or 19.8 or something else. Whatever it will measure after manufacturing that part, that size will be actual size. Now we will see types of tolerances. There are basically two types of tolerances: unilateral tolerance and bilateral tolerance. In case of unilateral tolerance, feature size is allowed to vary only on one side of the basic size, while in bilateral tolerance, feature size is allowed to vary on both sides of nominal value. We will see with previous example. Here this 20 mm is nominal size, and if we allow this 20 mm to go up to plus 1, means 21 mm, and in negative it's 0. So its value can be 20, 20.1, 20.2 like that up to 21 mm, but it can't be 19.9, 19.8 like that. So we give tolerance on single side only, so we call unilateral tolerance. Here we can give tolerance like 20 plus 0 and minus 1. This is also unilateral tolerance. In case of bilateral tolerance, we give tolerance on both sides of nominal size like 20 plus or minus 1, means here this 20 can be 20.1, 20.2 like that up to 21, and also it can be 19.9, 19.8 up to 19. So this nominal size varies in two directions, so we call it bilateral tolerance. Again here few more terms comes, that limits of size, upper limit and lower limit. Limits of size is the extreme permissible size for the feature, means whatever is the extreme size we will get by tolerance will be the limits of size. There are two limits, upper limit and lower limit. Whatever size comes after adding positive tolerance is the upper limit, and whatever size comes after subtracting negative tolerance is the lower limit. Here 19 to 21 is the limits of size. upper limit is 21 and lower limit is 19. Here in this case upper limit is 20 and lower limit is 19. Here also upper limit is 21 and lower limit is 20. So guys, now we will summarize whatever we have learned. This is summary. Guys, if you find this content useful, please like the videos, share it with your friends and subscribe our channel.